Hi everyone, this is attorney Minhas, and I'm back with another immigration update. Today we're going to talk about USCIS's update. So, no more flexibilities after March 23rd, 2023. We are going to break up this video into segments today. The first part is going to talk about the overview, the background of when the flexibilities came about and how long were they on the table for. The next segment we're going to talk about is what does this mean for you? So you're thinking, okay, now that USCIS came out with this new policy and they're not going to be as lenient as they were before with the flexibilities, what does that mean for you? And lastly, we're going to cover the biggest question that I've been asked several times in different ways. Hey Poonam, can I still file a response to the USCIS notice after the deadline that's in that letter, but it falls under the flexibility that USCIS gave? So check out my answer and a description of that part as well. Alright, I know you're eager to jump right into this video and hit the first part, which is the overview about the flexibilities. But if you've been enjoying my videos and you've been coming back often, make sure to hit like and make sure to share with all your friends and family because you never know who this might help. But if this is your first time here, welcome, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated on anything I post on U.S. immigration law. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the first part. So the overview of the flexibilities. When did it first come out? It first came out around March of the year 2020. Yep, that was the pandemic time. So when COVID-19 came out, a lot of people were confused, a lot of states were being shut down, and no one was really sure about what was going on. No vaccine yet, they're unfamiliar with the virus. So USCIS decided to come up with these flexibilities, allowing applicants enough time, actually more than enough time, to gather the evidence that they needed in order to respond to their request for evidence or even file a motion to reopen or reconsider if they got a denial decision, among other things. So yes, it's been going on for a while. You can say about 3 years since the flexibilities came out. But now the new USCIS update says no more. So as of March 23rd, 2023, there are no more flexibilities that you are enjoying if you were part of that time frame between March of 2020 up until now. Now we're going to cover the next segment, which is what does this mean for you now that there's no more flexibilities? So let me give you a couple of examples. If you have filed an application to USCIS at bare minimum, I do want to let you know that you will receive a request for evidence, or it's also known as a RFE. You are expected to turn over the evidence that USCIS generally requests when you're going to file your application. So if you're going to do the bare minimum, which is just submit the application with a few documents, do expect a RFE. And now with these flexibilities that are no longer on the table, you will have to respond to the RFE based on the deadline that USCIS gives you on that letter. If there are any decisions, any requests for evidence, notice of intent to revoke, notice of intent to deny, that comes in from USCIS to your home, and it's dated after March 23rd, 2023, make sure to timely respond to that letter based on the deadline that is in that letter. Do not expect to now rely on the USCIS flexibilities because now this notice has been dated after March 23rd, 2023. So you want to make sure you take a look at that, reread the flexibility. It's available on the USCIS website. Make sure to go through everything. There's a helpful tip I would like to give you. If you are submitting applications initially along with the initial evidence, you don't want to resubmit that evidence unless USCIS is specifically asking for it during the time you receive that RFE. So carefully read that request for evidence and then see what USCIS is really asking for. If they re-requested something like a birth certificate or a marriage certificate because they lost it or they just need it again, then go ahead and submit that. But don't just resubmit something that you already submitted in the past, because there's a reason why USCIS is now asking you for more documents, right? Because they want to make a decision on your case. And finally, I do want to let you know that, a lot of people do panic when it comes to getting updates on their online portal versus getting an update from the USCIS website when you put in your receipt notice. So I don't want you to panic. If you submitted something on a timely basis, you have proof for it, then just wait and allow the USCIS officer who received your documents to process the case. You have an option, or you may have an option, to upload your response to the website through your portal, but you also may have the option of mailing it over to USCIS. Some people do both. I don't recommend doing both because you don't want to confuse the officer. If you know you can get it over to USCIS on a timely basis, go ahead and mail it and follow the instructions on the RFE notice. But if you feel more comfortable of uploading it through your portal so they get it faster, you may do that too. But do remember, there are certain things you just can't upload. For example, if you have a sealed medical, you're not allowed to open that. USCIS officers who are adjudicating your case are the only ones who are allowed to open that sealed envelope. So please, please, please do not take that sealed envelope and open it up just to scan and upload those documents on the portal. You don't want to do that. That is not allowed, and that type of document must be mailed over to USCIS. Okay, we have now reached the final topic and the end of the video. Okay, so the final question I've been asked was, by several people in different ways, believe it or not, hey, can I still file my response to my RFE or my NOID after the deadline on the RFE if I fall into that flexibility notice that USCIS came out with? The answer to that is yes. You may still file your response after the deadline that is on that letter that USCIS gave you, but make sure to check the flexibility notice. You want to make sure you know how much time USCIS did give you from it's either the due date or from the date of the letter. So you want to read the flexibility notice language carefully, and you want to attach it to your response if you're going to be following that route. So the answer is yes, you may, but make sure to read everything carefully. All right, everybody, I just wanted to say thank you for your time today. This update by USCIS was very important for me to share with all of you, because I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, we still have the flexibilities and we can just, go according to that. And some people didn't even know about the flexibility. Believe it or not, people were clueless, like, wait, USCIS gives you a flexibility to respond to the RFE? I didn't know that. And then they would scramble to try to get over the evidence before the due date, which is understandable. But, I do want to mention one thing, if you have a complicated case or you're not confident enough to handle your own immigration matter, then you do want to sit down with an experienced immigration attorney to go over your case to see what documents can be gathered so you can respond to what USCIS is looking for. I know some people have complications where they're not able to provide certain things, but don't just sit there and not answer the RFE. There's a reason why it was sent to you. So if you don't have something that they're asking for, sit down with an immigration attorney and see how you can respond to this RFE based on the lack of documents that you don't have, right? So again, I do want to mention, if this is your first time here, make sure to hit subscribe and the bell notification to stay updated on anything I post on U.S. immigration law. like, share with your friends and family. And if this is not your first time here, you know what you have to do. Hit that like button, share this with your friends and family, and I will see you soon. Take care and be well.